Hey there folks, it's Nick from Beyond the Specs, back with an exciting episode of the Versus Challenge. Today we've got the Rhino Arc II slider system, and it's going up against a product combo, the eMotimo ST4 and the Dana Dolly system. Both products are motion control sliders. Which one do we recommend? We'll be judging them on their build quality, the ease of use, performance, reliability, and value. Ultimate Slider Bundle Package focuses a lot on integration. You have the Rhino Arc II system, which is the brain and motion controller for the entire rig. The whole system, from the rails to the focus motor to the Arc II itself, is all engineered in-house by Rhino. And this was a really thoughtful move on their part, as everything looks and feels like it was from one cohesive family. The Rhino Arc II unit itself is very dense. The battery is built in, and there's some pros and cons to that we'll get into later. The package itself is sleek, it's portable, and it's easy to use. If you move to the other side of the ring, we have the eMotimo ST4 and Dana Dolly combo. This package is actually two products from two different companies that came together to make one amazing product for filmmakers. One part of it is the Dana Dolly. The Dana Dolly can run on any speed rails or adjust pipe, and in our configuration, we're using their in-house custom rails. The kit consists of the rails, which are metal and come in 3-foot increments, this incredibly smooth slider dolly, and some mounting plates. Because of the all-metal construction, you're able to put a considerably heavy load onto the Dana Dolly. Attach some ball mounts to the slider dolly and the rails to some low boys, and you're ready to move, but you can only move that manually. And that's where the eMotimo ST4 comes into play. The eMotimo ST4 is the motion control head that was made from the movement along the pan tilt axis, while also controlling two other external motors, the slider and the focus. The ST4 is the brain of the system at its core. It's incredibly well built, has a handy screen on the unit, and on that screen you can see all of your programming, set all your programming moves, and comes with the PS4 controller for wireless programming. You also get a choice of battery plate. You can go with V-mount, gold mount, or attach it to the AC power. Now, I really can't stress enough how great it is to have an external battery, because if that fails, you can just get a new battery. Whereas with the Rhino, you have a battery that's built in the unit. If the entire battery fails, the entire rig is down. Build quality-wise, I put both of these as built incredibly well, maybe with an edge to the ST4 Dana Dolly duo. What about ease of use? The Rhino Arc II system definitely wins, especially in this setup. All you really need are two tripod legs or maybe just a giant tripod to mount in the center. Attaching everything is easy and it's quick. The Rhino gives you a self-contained package all in one case. For the ST4, from a setup perspective, you've got to set up stands, you've got to set up track, get the Dana Dolly set up.
Then you have to actually mount the ball head adapter, then you can mount the ST4, and then you can mount your camera.
There's just a lot more steps before your rig is ready to go. The Rhino Arc II takes about 15 minutes from case to actual setup. With the ST4 Dana Dolly, it took us about half an hour realistically. Right now, the eMotimo doesn't even have an app. The app on the Rhino offers a lot of theoretical potential, but we found that we kind of use the head for most of our programming. eMotimo ST4 offers a PS4 controller. That makes setup time a really quick process because you can wirely process your keyframes, set your points. It's quick, it's fast. On the Rhino mobile app, you have a lot of fun theoretical potential, but the in-unit head is where programming is at. The joysticks are nice, they feel good, and they have a lot of responsibility, whereas the app is a little bit touchy. Now, this joysticks, compared to actually programming on the unit of the ST4, I definitely prefer the Rhino. Setting up actual keyframes is pretty easy. It's jog to one point, set your camera up, save that keyframe. Jog to another point, save that keyframe. And at the time of the review, the Rhino Arc II can only do 2 keyframes. On the ST4, you can actually program up to 5 keyframes. You can actually change that transition speed between the both and the actual speed at which the unit goes. And that's something that ST4 definitely wins from a modularity perspective. How do they actually perform? If you look inside the Rhino Facebook group, you're going to see a lot of comments and concerns around jitters and small shake. And it appears that Rhino is aware of the issue. They've issued an updated motor design, but some people are still having the same problems. We're going to throw up a little comparison here, and you can see the same move shot on the different sliders. Check it out. Okay, so now you can see that the Arc II and Momo both have some issues with micro jitter. There's just no way around it due to its low mass. On the Rhino system, the micro jitters are just a lot more present. They're able to be fixed somewhat in the post-production process, but depending on the camera and the level of magnification, it's something that's a bit worrisome for this system. Now, the eMotimo system also has a massive edge in one area, and that's accuracy. Every single time without fail, the eMotimo did a consistently better job hitting its points across the board. When you need to do true motion control versus just motorized motion, it's incredibly important to be able to repeat your move, down to the millimeter. With the Rhino, we found that we consistently drifted through its moves without hitting the points exactly. In wide scenes, it was hard to notice, but if you were tightly framed, this became an issue. The system would drift, wouldn't hit the points that we programmed, and we even ran into an issue where we couldn't even get the program moves to start. For us, this was a big issue because there are times when we need true motion control. We really think that we need to see footage that hasn't been stabilized or slowed down in post, so you can see the true real-time performance. Every manufacturer is guilty of this. Even the $300,000 Bolt shakes in some motions, and all of these systems have some amount of mechanical vibration. It's just impossible to reduce it all. But it would be helpful if the advertisers showed us unstabilized footage or just camera specs to get a better understanding of what is happening. We've had some weird technical issues with our Rhino system. From either the software not working, the battery draining quickly, or the battery not charging. For eMotimo, I just have to give it to them. It's been fine every single time we pulled it out of its case, and it's a piece of equipment that we can rely on and depend on without a second thought. They're both small companies with founders that are engaged in their communities, and I think that's a really, really big positive thing. You can tell that eMotimo has a founder that's an engineer and a software person. I think that's been a very great thing because we worked with eMotimo on other projects, and it's awesome that they're so open to revealing pathways and APIs and such on. I think it would be great if Rhino would open up to their community and allow collaborations or third-party developments. So in the case of future expandability, reliability, and flexibility, I'm going to have to give it to the eMotimo ST4. Honestly, even though we've seen a little bit negative on the Rhino Arc II, it is an excellent value. The entire system as you see it here, including the Rhino Arc II, the slider options, follow focus modules, all the cables that come with to make it happen, this whole system comes in at about $3,600 plus tax and shipping. The eMotimo setup is a tiny bit pricier. The ST4 itself retails for about $2,600, and if you add the Dana Dolly kit, this then retails for about another $1,000. Then you have to add the stands, which retail about $100 a pop, and then you have to actually go with cases from there, which, realistically are about $4,000 to $4,500 for this Dana Dolly ST4 combo. What you get for that money is a much more versatile kit than what you get for the Rhino. You get a bunch of grip gear that you've now purchased that can be used for other things. You want to have the tools for any need, and no matter the shoot, you can grab this for that or that for this. And I think that's the key thing for us when we think about value. You also have a tremendous amount of tools in this kit versus the Rhino kit, which is just a slider that only works with the Rhino kit. And it's really about what you're looking for. If you want a plug-and-play slider system that sets up fast, is lightweight, and easy to use, you're going to love the Rhino Arc II system. A hardware and software tweak are likely all that is needed, and I'm confident that Rhino will get rid of those issues in the future. Now, if you're looking to build capabilities that allow for lots of future uses, and maybe you're a bit of a tinkerer, and maybe you want to get into motion control professionally, and you're looking for a system that can integrate with computers or different systems that you have in place already, I think you're going to really love the eMotimo ST4 and Dana Dolly Duo. That's it for this episode of Versus. Get out there and create, show some love, show us your footage, and take care, guys. Peace.